And please don't think that if you take a sip of water or any other drink, that it is going to hydrate your vocal folds by virtue of swallowing it, right? Because if whatever you swallowed went through your vocal folds, you will die because it'll go into your lungs. How's it, guys? Welcome to another 3-Minute Thursday episode. Today, obviously, as per the title, we're going to talk about some quick tips for good vocal health. So I've got 3 minutes. Here we go. So firstly, the voice is a very, very delicate muscle. 2 muscles, right? Average adult male vocal folds are between 12 and 25 millimeters long. It's very tiny. Female, even smaller. And especially if you're pre-adolescent, your vocal folds are even smaller. So very tiny, very fragile, very delicate muscles and area here. So always be very kind to your voice. And that brings me on to the next point, which is try to never make a sound that is stressful or puts strain or hurts in this area. Because then you are creating negative muscle memory and you can actually cause damage. The next point goes without saying. You must keep your body well hydrated if you want your voice to function optimally. And please don't think that if you take a sip of water or any other drink, that it is going to hydrate your vocal folds by virtue of swallowing it, right? Because if whatever you swallowed went through your vocal folds, you will die because it'll go into your lungs. But keep your hydration levels in your body, keep that at a good level. That's good for your general health, but also important for your vocal folds because your 2 vocal folds are covered in a thin layer of mucus. And if it isn't kept wet, then your voice just cannot function in the best possible way. Then when it comes to water, when I do a lot of singing, like a rehearsal or preparing for a performance or during a performance, I always drink room temperature water. Don't drink icy cold water because things that are very cold makes things shrink. And you don't want these muscles to go like this because they're cold. So rather room temperature or warmer. Then talking about drinking, there are of course general truths about honey, ginger, lemon, stuff like that. So I have that in hot water very frequently, especially when my voice is very active or I'm in a very active season or when my voice doesn't feel great, then I drink those sorts of things. But you have to find out what works for you. Citrus creates mucus for some people, thickening mucus, and for others it doesn't. So you must work out what works for you. Then obviously, regular, healthy exercise for the muscles is very important for your vocal health. Find a better way, right? Find someone who can help you if you cannot find a better way by yourself. But do it frequently. Healthy exercise frequently. It's not about hours at a time. It's about the frequency of it. And something that many people don't know is that humming, singing on a nasal consonant, is one of the best things you can do because it puts very little strain on the vocal folds. So lots of humming. And then back to eating and drinking. Don't eat and drink stuff that you know affects your voice. Again, this is different for different people. So work out what works for you. But definitely don't eat high sugar content. Don't drink a lot of caffeine or a lot of alcohol in a season of singing a lot because these things dehydrate or it affects your voice. Things with a high sugar content affects your voice. So don't do that hours before, even a day before an important singing engagement. And then finally, whatever is good for your general health is going to be good for your voice. That goes without saying. That includes sleeping enough and sleeping well and all the things we talked about. Exercise, keep your body in a good state, and that'll give your voice the best chance to also be in a good state. So that's just a few quick vocal tips. Of course, there's a lot of science behind it that we can go into. There's a lot of resources all over the internet that you can go and look up. But these things I found are very foundational, very simple things that really help me and help the singers that I work with. And I hope that it will help you. Thanks so much for watching today. And until we see each other again, please take care of yourself.